When the New Testament was being written, there was no question of Christianity being forced on anyone. Rather, paganism was being forced on Christians. So the issue is not addressed in the Bible. The general consensus of Christian philosophers has been that it is a bad idea to try to force religion on someone, but that has not always been observed in practice. The problem is that, starting in the Middle Ages, a king was declared the legitimate ruler by being crowned by the church, just as the British monarch is still crowned by the Archbishop of Canterbury. This meant that, if you did not buy into the church, you were at least apparently not buying into the king. Kings took this very badly. As present events in the US show, the legitimacy of the government, particularly the head of state, is a great big deal. So kings were generally quite happy to force people into the king's religion so as to cement their loyalty. And the churches didn't say no. This issue of legitimacy by religion is what made the wars between Protestant and Catholic countries so fierce, or part of it, and what motivated the modern divorce of religion from politics in the West. Not, as you have seen, that this is a perfect solution. Christians do not force religion on others. Perhaps you're thinking of Islam, which forces people to adhere to their beliefs, or they could be put to death. What Christians are forcing religion on others? If you are referring to believers in Christ wanting to share the way to be saved from your sinful nature, they are doing you a favor you clearly are not understanding. If you knew you had a surefire way to avoid someone physically being killed today, and you didn't share it with them, what kind of person would you be considered to be? Christians believe firmly that without Christ, you are on your way to hell. We don't want you to go there. We don't want anyone to go there. So we tell everyone we can how you can avoid it. You can choose not to believe it, to mock and reject the person telling you about it. But if you die, and 5 seconds after death you realize you were wrong, you get no second chances to change your situation. If we are wrong, and there is nothing 5 seconds after we die, we have lost nothing. We have lived a victorious life, have felt that we have been comforted by God, were given wisdom by Him and can show evidences of times He answered our prayers. And we die without fear, knowing that we are going to spend eternity with Him. Our lives are made worth living because we have something beyond ourselves to live for. There are times we should have lost our minds in this life, and we didn't because 6. The Lord is at hand. Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. There is no unified Christian beliefs. There are a handful of things that are generally in common with each other, specifically some concept that Jesus of Nazareth is a divine being, but otherwise the beliefs are all over the place. The main relevant ones to this question. Free will. Not all Christians agree on the existence of free will. A significant portion believe that we have free will, another significant portion believes that all is predetermined by God, and there's a certain range in between. Mine is that free will is absolutely critical to everything, but God already knows what decisions we will end up making anyway because He knows us that well. The obligation of believers. Many believe that every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess that Jesus is the Christ, but will all disagree on what exactly that means. Some take it as their obligation to force it down everyone's throats to save them all from burning hell. Some take it as an eventuality, that at some future date there will be events that provide such irrefutable proof that nobody can honestly deny it. It is this Christian's belief that the best Christians can do is invite others, because I feel that my religion blesses me and I love others and thus want them to feel the same benefits. But it's not a problem should they turn down my invitation. My feelings toward them do not change if they choose not to share what I believe.